when he watches this, you'll hear us saying, I suppose all our invitations are in the post.
Yeah. What's this new thing, Mike, again now about the tennis courts you put up just now?
Oh, they've decided not to do anything with them now. So the pressure that was put on them has actually worked. They've put everything on hold now.
All right. Okay.
At Langland, anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So because the council in the end put in an application to use them, and with sort of, I don't know, it was about 3,000 signatures, they've had a second thought about it. So they'll probably try something different in a year's time, I should think, when they've got a better plan in place.
Yeah, I remember reading that. To me, it sounded a bit like they're going to think about it and they're going to let us know what they're going to do. But I think they're looking for a developer, aren't they?
Well, I think so. But who knows? Like they want to make money from everything, so they've got a lot of bills to pay. So I can understand them. They have to make money, but I can't see why they got to sell everything to make money.
Yeah.
So what have they done? They've refurbished 2 or 3.
No, they haven't refurbished any. What happened is that Swansea Council owned them, and they were not looking after them. So Mumbles Council asked to adopt them. It's a transfer of interest, and I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, but they wouldn't do that, so they gave them to Mumbles Community Council at a peppercorn rent, I think, for 15 years. So then in that time, then Mumbles Community Council refurbished them, 2 of them out of the 4, and they were supposed to do the other 2 later on. But subsequently, Swansea Council took the 4th one away and said, no, they want that. And what we believe it was for, they were thinking of using that as a place for keeping the stores when they do the development of the big courts. And so consequently now, Mumbles Community Council have done 2 of them. They've got another one to do, but there's an in-house argument where some of the council have decided they want to use that as a, well, I don't know where it's come from, a netball and basketball court. So I've never seen anybody play netball at Langland, and I've rarely seen.
It's going to be a massive waste of money, that.
Yeah, total.
You know, so I put an answer to one of the councillors who wrote something today saying that for 50 years or more, surfers have been asking for decent showers and changing rooms. They did nothing for them, yet they're willing to pay out whatever it is, 35,000 to put a basketball or netball court in one of the tennis courts. It just seems a bit strange, all of it, to me. I don't know if they just maybe they're just trying to tick boxes or something, who knows.
So you've got the 2 courts that are side by side, which are still in the state. And then you've got, is it 3 courts that are end to end? No,
the 4 long courts, if I put it that way.
There were 4, right, there were 4, right, then we do.
So the 2 by the main car park, that end have been done. The other 2 haven't been done.
Right.
And the big square with the 2 tennis courts in it, that's the area they want to develop, basically. Right. So, but they've just been left to rot. You know, there's holes in the ground, all sorts of things. So hopefully somebody will come up with an idea and use that as something. I mean, to me, I always thought it should be a skate park, but
it was the obvious place for a skate park. It was too obvious.
Yeah. Well, no, the trouble was, Con, it's worth money.
Yeah.
They don't make money in skate parks. I mean, maybe the people in the old convalescent home weren't very happy about that. I don't know. It just seems it always seemed a good place because they had the car park there. Not the car park's that important, apparently, but they had the cafes there. They got the toilet there. You've got everything there, haven't you? You say, I mean, it's not in the centre of Swansea, I know that, but you know,
it's a perfect place. It would be one of the most perfect place skate parks in Great Britain, and it's a really good park. then it would go off. I think, you know, would get people.
It probably wouldn't be the only people I could see objecting to that would be the people that had huts in front of it.
Well, they can't really, because they're only renting them, aren't they? They belong to the council, and so there's none. I don't think there's any in front of it. Maybe there's 2 or 3, because you got the toilets. They were up for sale as well, for tender, and the St. John's ambulance, which that was all to be gone, taken away anyway.
Well, if they're going to build a netball court, why don't they build a little shelter like the old hut with a sloping roof, so you can have a fives game on it?
But that's something that nobody sort of thinks about. I don't know how they come up with it. It baffles me on the netball court.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I don't know any people, like maybe there are a group of people who play netball in Mumbles. I've never seen them though. I mean, I know there's no courts there, and I know kids play basketball. You normally see hoops around that are destroyed within a few weeks, don't you?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we were down Victoria Park this afternoon, and whereas I just walked past it, I went behind the hedges today to look to see what's there. On the side that the bowling green is, they've still got 1 tennis court, and the other tennis court is a basketball court, whether you could play netball on that as well, presumably you could. And then there's 2 tennis courts there on the other side. And I mean, I was trying to think, because as I say, from a noise aspect, I was having, a couple of weeks ago, we were having a cup of coffee in Blackpill, and there was a little girl bouncing a football, you know, like you would if you were playing basketball.
Yeah.
And after 5 minutes, I felt like ramming that ball up her arse, because, you know, that constant bang, 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 it drives you up the bloody wall. And I thought to myself, I couldn't picture myself sitting in a hut, you know, reading my book, soaking in the sun, and some prat bouncing the ball every 3 seconds. Within 30 yards of me.
Jeremy, you are, you fucking hell.
Well, probably. Well, but I've earned the right to be an old grumpy Jeremy, haven't I?
Fucking, what right is that? How have you earned the right to be an old Jeremy?
yeah.
Welcome to old age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, you're supposed to go deaf as you get older, Biscuit, and that solves that problem.
Well, there are a few people, one being downstairs, that says I'm deaf.
What?
But,
Huh?
yeah. There we are.
Yeah. I mean, whatever is put somewhere, there's going to be a noise from it. I mean, like skateboards are the loudest things going, aren't they? You know, particularly if they're in a bowl. You know, it just
especially
the way it is.
If it's on a metal flipping ramp,
Yeah.
you know, half pipe, yes, they would be.
But concrete is a lot quieter, isn't it? If it's good concrete, well laid, then it's really quiet. It's much quieter than wood and metal and a basketball. Yeah.
It's like those tennis balls, isn't it? Pum, 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 pum.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To be honest, Biscuit, let me alleviate your fears. When you're on the huts, you don't really hear much that goes on behind you. I don't know why. It's that bloody sea that keeps making a noise. That's a noise.
Yeah, but that's what you go there to listen to the sea. But
he's coming in and breaking over the rocks and going out again. Next day does exactly the same thing.
Can't make his mind up.
Yeah.
Tell you a story down here, right? You know, down here in summertime, it's lovely blue sky, blue sea, and it's so warm and tutti fruity and everything's cool, yeah? So you get some Parisians come down, bought a house on the coast, okay? So they move in summertime. Of course, first winter storm comes along, and all the stones, it's like pebbles, you know? like a Pobbles, just rush and Brandy Coke. She rushes up the stones and goes, and Langland makes a fucking hell of a noise, doesn't it? So these people went to see the mayor in Plusivet, where it was, and asked him to stop the sea making the noise. Could he remove the pebbles?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then the week after, I think it was, is something to do with cleaning his windows. He has to clean his windows every day because of the salt. Can he do something about it? I mean, fucking go back to Paris.
Canoes.
Yeah, come fucking right. So, no, in France it's coumeur.
Wow.
The coumeurs.
Oh, talking of France, how did your gig go last night?
Fucking brilliant.
I'm talking about
It was absolutely brilliant. It's good fun, man. Never done so much ad-libbing in all my life.
no.
No, we did.
What's that? Because you forgot the lyrics.
No, it's just music. I'm talking about musically. We started one song. It was California Dreamin', and it ended up in we did a jam session in the middle of it. And then we ended up in Sultans of Swing. You know, going out of California Dreamin' to Sultans of Swing. I never played Sultans of Swing. That's the first time in my life I played it. Fred, my guitarist, is looking at me going, "Where the fuck are you going now?"
He was probably trying to work out your playing, Con.
Yeah. He got it, but then he was trying to put the solo in, and I was sort of slowing it down, and he's trying to put this solo in. And I go, "Oh yeah, okay." But it was just really good. Yeah, we got to get another gig there next for Halloween. Yeah, like us up there.
Your Irish music then?
No, we didn't. We did House of the Rising Sun. That was as close as we got to Ireland.
Yeah.
And that was with the owner, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. With Eileen singing it. She sang it beautifully, man. It was brilliant. She was
Did
belting.
you go to the event last night, Mike? The Castle Music gig last night? Did you go?
Did I what? Sorry.
Did you go to the Castle Music event
Yeah,
last night?
yeah.
What was the music like there? How do you hear it?
It was pretty good, to be honest. I mean, it didn't sound good. You couldn't hear. Strange enough, when I was at home, you could only hear the voices. You couldn't hear the music.
It sounded terrible from our house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was something up. The speakers seemed to throw out the audio from the singer. But not the
all
music.
out the tune and everything.
Yeah, but their singers are always out of tune, aren't they? They just make a lot of noise. I'm taking over Biscuit's role now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, when they're singing like that in a band, I mean, if they were just soloing and they cut all the music out, it never sounds that good, does it? It's sort of package makes it sound how it sounds.
The idea.
Careful. Careful, Connor. I'll take all the music out and just have you singing solo.
Love it. You got a surprise. How bad it is.
No, it was good. I mean, like in the day, it was like mostly there was a few other bands, but mostly choirs and children stuff. But then in the night, I don't know the names of them. The only one I know is Mrs. Loud. Don't know her name. The one who sang "You Can't Do That." That was the only line she sang in it. I'll come back to you. I've forgotten the guy who sang it now.
Your video's not on, Kip.
No, I just clicked it on. I'll try it again. Something happening, yeah.
Yeah, Meatloaf. What was the song?
Bad out of hell.
For love. Do anything for love.
Yeah.
I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
That's it. Yeah, she sang the female voice in that.
I heard that from my house.
Yeah. But it was quite good. All the people were joining in with them, you know, they were doing the arm swinging and the lights and all the rest of it. It was okay. It was a lot of people there. I reckon it must have been well over 1,000, probably. At about 8 o'clock, a lot of people they just walked in, and there must have been close on 2,000 there, I reckon.
Oh, cool.
We had one of those funny days where it was quite nice all day con yesterday.
Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a bit windy, but it was nice. It was like a perfect temperature yesterday, not too hot, not too cold. Just
It was
nice.
great. It was great down Langland this morning. 9 turned up for my spin this morning. It was like a mill pond, very quiet.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear the sea at all. And it was quite warm.
It's getting quite frightening that there's been no surf all summer, isn't it? It has been a
How
tough.
much?
Yeah. We had lots of those, so didn't we? I seem to remember.
Yeah,
Like,
long.
we ended up going down again just to get the sort of 1 foot swell in the end.
Yeah.
But,
No, Mike, when we were young, it was always 4 to 6 foot glass in offshore and sunny.
it was
Should have
always,
been here yesterday.
Okay, but right, long
Yeah,
time no
finally
see.
got it.
okay.
How are we doing, guys? Everybody okay?
It was always sunny, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. How are you?
Good.
Oh, that's good then.
There was the odd shower every now and then, but not many of us had coats in the summer, did we?
No.
Oh, whose coat is that jacket then? And
Yeah. And if you owned one of those umbrellas with the spring-loaded umbrellas, you were the dog's bollocks, weren't you?
Correct.
Didn't have
Very
wetsuits
good.
in the winter either. No wetsuits in the winter. Just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
Aye.
Of course, you two were young to remember all that. Anyway.
Oh, no. I think we all did our apprenticeship in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, even in winter, con.
Even in winter, mid-February, Torrens Reef. Oh, that was fuck.
Remember, Johnny?
We went in a couple of times, and I can't remember. It was Christmas Day or New Year's Day, one of them.
Yeah.
And both of them were absolutely freezing. We didn't have wetsuits then.
No.
No.
I don't know the reason, but I remember doing it, and it was perishing.
If the surf was up, you just go in, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was much surf. I think it was just one of those things.
It was just the fact that Con had been given a surfboard, so we had to try it out.
Yeah, he had a new pair of flip flops, so he had to go in the water.
Yeah.
I did notice you had your flip flops on last night, Con. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds coming in. Yeah, I was in full regalia surf last night, man.
All right, I was a bit disappointed with you top though, I've got to say.
Huh?
You had a Guinness top on, didn't you?
No, I had one of my own designs.
It looked black on the thing.
No, it was a surfing bear one.
It was black though, wasn't it?
The t-shirt was black, yeah.
Yeah,
But the
that's
logo on it,
what-
the logo on it was surfing bear. If you look at the black and white photos that Eileen did, the boss, you see the logo. Hey, Sam.
That's Sam.
Sam.
No, I didn't see that, Con. I only seen the. Well, it must be some photos I've seen from somewhere.
Yeah. No, there was a couple of photos posted early last night before I even got home.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Yeah, and I got sent them to they got posted up on my page. The boss Eileen, she was playing about with a phone camera, and it was like doing black and white shots, but high contrasty black and white shots. So it was quite fun.
Am I excused to iron shirt? I'm
No,
with you, Biscuit.
you banished to Caswell for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Only in Biscuit's
I didn't
case,
even know it-
you're forced to go down to Verdi's.
No, we had to-
What was that, Kip?
I didn't even know we had to wear them tonight.
For
I didn't have the word either, but I missed last week.
You have to read the messages, Kip.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I've been a bit slack. I've been a bit busy.
You
I
gotta
mean, I
stop
think-
working, man. It's ridiculous.
No, don't tell me about it.
That's a very loose sort of Hawaiian shirt, Biscuit, if you don't mind me saying so as well.
Yeah.
No, it's quite tight actually.
I can see that.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. It resembles one of my Hawaiian shirts. It's the only way is that it's tight.
Yeah. They must like these shirts, Con.
Yeah.
Mind the football tops now are skin tight, aren't they, Biscuit?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was designed that way.
Yeah. This is an extra small.
Is it? Yeah. You squeeze into
Yeah, man. Yeah.
it. Makes you
I just
Yeah,
see the
makes you
pig fly by.
Hey, Johnny, Michael, and Howard, did you have a job lot on your shirts or something?
Oh, yeah.
yeah, probably, yeah. So.
I'm trying to think what I've got. It might be something that's a bit like Gary's, kind of day glow orange from God
Well, I
knows
think
where.
I got one like that as well, but I thought I'd go original tonight.
Got mine from a Hawaiian grow bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I was
Well,
speaking to somebody down at, excuse me, Biscuit, down at Verdi's earlier on.
I won't hold it. I won't hold it against you, Sam.
What, a custard slice? And having a conversation came both you, Gary, and Johnny. It was Ian Benjafield.
Oh, lovely. Nice guy.
Benji. Yeah,
With Maria.
that's right. Yeah,
Ah, Maria Howe.
Yeah.
Oh, Marie Howe, yeah.
I'd forgotten the name actually. I'm glad you prompted me. Then
Yeah.
we were chatting for a
Oh,
while.
yeah, that's Tony Howe's sister, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah. She was there on Johnny Paddled Out.
Yeah, he said he was down there. In fact, Benj said to me, came on about tonight and this, that, and the other, and the site. And Benj actually was whoever did the filming of Johnny's brother, where he says at the end of the thing you put in, and can you cut the squaring out, Con? And
Yeah.
Ian was there when he actually said that, you know.
Mm.
I said, yeah, he didn't quite get away with it like Billy Connolly, did he? Yeah.
No, that's the only chance I get to swear in British, in English.
I was going to cut that bit out, Sam, but I thought it sort of it went into.
Oh no, relevant.
Yeah, it was a good ending.
Yeah. Oh, you edited it, did you, Mike?
No, I was going to. I didn't edit that
Oh.
out.
All right.
Yeah, I sent you the full clip.
All right.
Andy, I got those pics of Felix and PJ, and that was it Pete Phillips, the Crab Island guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who I'd never really spoken to before.
Oh, well.
And that's when I just had quite a long conversation with him, you know. We were swapping notes and stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I sent him to you, to stick him on the thing, so it was quite handy,
Yeah, good one. Because Pete is an encyclopedia on fucking world surfing. You know,
Right.
the people he knows as personal friends in the surfing world, like all, and I mean all, you know, like Hobie Alter, the name guys, you know,
Yeah.
been to all their factories and talked to them in Australia as well. He did it, California, Australia.
Yeah, he was telling me the story, how you most likely came to be where you were when it took one board to an exhibition in, was it Paris or somewhere?
Yeah.
And then somebody placed an order for 350 boards.
Yeah, well, that was when we were making. It was just coming into freezing hot because we were doing the Ocean Magics, and Pete McCullum went back to Mooney. He went back to in New Zealand, and I took his place as shaper. That's why I had to move over here. And at that moment, we went to the boat show in Paris, and we had a couple of boards there. And we got picked up by a Brazilian company called Mormai. And we got orders for about, the first order was 350 boards, something like that, you know? I was shaping, hand shaping. I was no pre-shaped blanks or anything. I was shaping like 6, 7 boards a day.
Yeah.
It was bloody hard work, man. 15,
Yeah.
16-hour days.
Out of curiosity, is there much profit in making a surfboard?
If you're a surfboard maker, the owner, not really. But if you're a shaper, yeah.
Right.
Because you get paid per board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see
So would you
the,
start with a block on, just a rectangular block? Or
But
would you-
it's like a semi-pre-shaped blank.
right.
Yeah, that's large, lot wider, and it shapes the rockers into it basically, because you can buy
Yeah.
different rocker blanks and everything, and
Yeah.
you know, you order what you need. But now you can buy what they call profile blanks, where all the shit is taken out of it,
Nuances.
and the machine just profiles it down into the rocker you want. And it's and all you have to do is put the rails on basically, and put whatever concave you want to put in the bottom, or V's, whatever.
program on telly 2 nights ago. How do they do that on one of the Sky channels? And they showed you, I think it was South African board maker, and a lot of it was done by machine.
Yeah,
Just the final bit was done by hand. And they showed you putting the stringers in, all cut by machine.
yeah.
Automatically cut the stringer in, put it in, stuck it together, clamped it up, and then the guy just cut the stringer down to profile on the board.
That's how I made my boards, because I was using epoxy boards, and at the time it didn't have epoxy blanks, so we were using the polyurethane, polystyrene type stuff, you know, but more dense. And we used to get it in blocks about that thick, you know, about that thick, and it's just square blocks, you know, 10 foot or something by 24, I think it was 10 foot by 24. So you had to stick 2 of them together, and then, or you used to get thinner ones as well, but that thick. So then what you'd have to do is when you stick them together, you get your stringer, your hard board or whatever you're using, and then you bend the stringer, bend the board bend the blank into the stringer, and then glue it all together. So the stringer then keeps the board rocker in it. So that's how you put a rocker into a board.
But the stringer then, you would actually sort of shape down it.
Yeah, you have to cut the stringer down afterwards then.
Yeah.
You know, but that's like really critical when you're putting a rocker into a board and you want it somewhere, you know, so you can actually get it really, really close, because you can clamp it and then just go down a bit and then measure it and then clamp it in another place. So you got really good rockers, you know.
Yeah.
Not generalized rockers, very specialized hybrid rockers.
I suppose the question is whether they're better made by hand or made by machine.
The answer would be hand.
Of course he'd say that.
Yeah.
To be fair, the guy was finishing them off by hand.
I'm a Luddite. Kill all these machines off. No, but you.
The only thing I can assume at the end of it is just by touch that everything feels right, sort of thing.
Yeah,
machine.
eyes and touch. And you know, you put your hands around a rail, and you know if it's thicker than the other one, just by feeling it. But your average punter wouldn't be able to tell the difference, you know. And it's all by eye, you know, getting rid of twists and shit like that, you know. It's quite, but it's not the most difficult to learn. Once you learn the basics, anybody could probably do it, I think. But there is some people have more talent than others at making boards.
Who was the operation that had a place down off Crofty, like a couple of porter cabins at the rear of on that Crofty industrial estate?
Well, there's Pete Phillips with Crab Island, and there's
that's who it was. Yeah.
And there's JP down there as well. It used to be Wave Graffiti.
All right.
There was 2 lots down there. I think both of them are still down there, aren't they?
I think so.
All right.